Broadcast. Want to welcome everyone to Global Markets Radio Daily Recap. I'm your host, Andrew Spanton. Tuesday, little turnaround Tuesday. May the 1st, 2012, 4 p.m. Eastern. What a day. What a freaking crazy day. That's all I can say. Wow. All about the U.S. numbers. Obviously, Australia, the big story, cutting rates by a whopping 50 basis points. Holy crap. And they might not even be done. Which is amazing. Now, getting conflicting reports because the RBA is citing China slowing down more significantly than thought as one of their reasons. But last we checked, those PMI numbers were pretty decent. But we had an amazing reaction to today's U.S. numbers. Amazing. We'll get to that in a second. But house price numbers out of Australia also falling 1.1%, yet revision was a little bit better. It was a bank holiday. Yada, yada, yada. London numbers once again sucked wind. Pound went down, came up, back down again. Euro was holding nicely. And, of course, as we see here, the S&Ps were selling off a little bit. And then the big number. Wow. ISM, the old NAPOM, National Association of Purchasing Managers Index, at 54.8, better than previous month's number. A shocker. An absolute shocker. So what happened on the number? Now, we did have construction spending come in a little bit weaker, and prices paid a little bit higher on the ISM. Well, the S&Ps took off to the moon, Alice. Let's go to the 5-minute. Took off to the moon. Fly me to the freaking moon. And yet we had a dollar index that also exploded. Because we did have bond yields. Well, what the hell this is? It's not right. There we go. No. Okay. Well, dollar index popped nicely. Euro collapsed almost, 60, 70 pips? Dollar index rallied, but we did sell off late in the day. Euro rallied. But this dollar index, the big mover to me, dollar yen. Bond yields ripping. Dollar yen came up nicely. Thought we'd have an outside candle. It would look a lot more bullish, but we did take out the lows. And we're closing above 80. And we look at this. I'm sorry. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Dollar yen ripped. So I do think we're going to get a nice bounce in this dollar yen. I think we broke the whole downtrend channel. I think we could pop up to 81. Bond yields are up. It made a new low. Even almost at 79.50. Almost held. No, I have one here. Here it is. So you can make a case that we held this retracement. Who knows? Maybe you get lucky in the BOJ. But I think dollar yen should have a nice move. I think ADP, which is a monster number tomorrow. We do have other numbers coming out tonight. But I find it hard to believe. I think it was more, yes, the dollar rallied. Yes, the dollar was very strong after the number. But I'm not necessarily buying that. Euro dollar made a nice comeback. Outside candle. It looks good. But we might pull back. I am not making a call on the top on this thing. No freaking way. No way. Not that smart. We got Ecofin tonight. We got big numbers coming out. Italy, unemployment rate. That's probably going to be worse. German unemployment change. Final manufacturing PMI, 46, falling off a cliff. But certainly this euro dollar trying possibly to make a top. Just about got there. It was so close. But I think, actually it looks like we may have hit it. I don't know why it was 133. It's always been 133. Huh. Dropping like a stone on the number. Now, yes, you can make a case. Bond yields are up. The U.S. economy is doing better. And that's why we had such a nice move in the dollar. Possible. But I just don't see how the stock market's going to continue to go higher if it does. I don't see how the stock market's going to continue to go higher and the dollar's just going to explode. I think you might have a dollar-yen rally. But I think this Aussie dollar, especially with the futures selling off so sharply, and Apple was down. But the Aussie should be the relative strength loser across the board. Aussie got broken, busted. Looks like a nice short. Certainly going to make a retest, I think, of 102.50 easy. It was a shocker. 100% shocker. We do have numbers coming out of Asia tonight. Again, the final HSBC manufacturing number, that should probably be decent. Cash earnings out of Japan. Monetary base, no big deal there. But to me, it's really going to be all about ADP. And when you think about ADP, the GDP number basically said it was the government that was really lacking. Now, if that's the case and the private sector is good, ADP should be a good number. You want to think it's going to be a bad number, wait till Friday. But ADP might be good. So I think that's where you get, a lot of these yens really look pretty good. Sterling yen bounced off the EMA, came in nicely, closing decent, although selling off into the close. We look at sterling dollar. It just doesn't go down. A little bit of a hammer. I thought 160, 150. Didn't happen. No soup for you. But when we look at some of these other charts, New Zealand got beaten up. I think for an undue reason. New Zealand didn't cut rates. So I think if the stock market rallies, let me get back in the same zone. I think Kiwis should be a good buy. This Aussie Kiwi looks terrible. broke, bearish engulfing, never took out 127.50. This thing looks like death. So I think we could head back down to the lows in Aussie Kiwi for sure. I think the Aussie across the board, listen, pound Aussie, breaking out. Gone. New closing high. This sucker wants to rip. And if they're in cutting mode, oh boy. Look out. Dollar Canada was kind of impressive today, but pretty much grinding up. It's almost like they knew the stock market was going to sell off into the close. But certainly taking out this 99, I don't think so. Dollar Canada reacted very nicely to today's number. Sold off almost 50, 60 pips. I think those are the ones you want to focus on, especially if ADP is better. And, you take a look at some of these other, like this Kiwi, a nice little doji here. This looks good. Look at that doji. So look at that pop up to 66. Euro Canada reversed sharply. Really wanted to hit our channel line. I was looking for this. Never got there. Still might. Dollar Swiss. Really nowhere. Excuse me. And again, I think the reaction today was clearly interest rate differentials. The U.S. rates might be going up, I guess. I think it's ridiculous. But I think that reaction, certainly part of it. I think the numbers coming out tonight are going to suck. I think the euro really couldn't make it through. It got through really briefly at 132.85, but big time stall. Big time stall. ADP, they're looking for 178,000. I could see a good number. I could definitely see a decent number. What's left? Look at some of euro yen. Looks okay. I think if bond yields are going to go up, who knows? Maybe the BOJ will be out there tonight. You never know. Like the lotto. We take a look at gold. Really did nothing today. Certainly a nice reversal, but gold just really did nothing all day. Pretty much broke the channel line, right back into the fold. Certainly looks like gold could be a nice short. Can't take out this whole 1685 level. Crude. It's pretty good. Again, talk about impending confrontations. Israel. I think 2/3 say they got to hit them. Even if they have to do it alone. Lots of saber rattling, lots of exercises. It's not looking very pretty. What else? I think that's it. But again, this euro dollar certainly looking very toppy. But again, I think dollar yen should be good. I think Aussie dollar should continue to go lower. Acts like a piece of crap. Certainly think we could test that 102.60 level, this channel line here. S&Ps did not close very well. Closed horrendous. But again, I think the market sold off in anticipation of a weak ADP, and I'm not so sure it's going to be weak. I think there's more chance it's going to be good. It shouldn't, based upon weekly jobs claims. But the private sector is doing well. It's the government that's not, which is why I think Friday's number is going to be disgusting. But you might get an inline number today. And remember, ADP is not everyone. And again, this dollar index, maybe it bottomed. Remember, usually on the wedges, the first move is the fake out. So we dropped. Now we're grinding back up. But I just think that the only way the dollar index is really going to come in, the only way this dollar index really comes in is if the stock market rallies, is if the stock market comes in. Then we could have a nice rally. And this euro needs to roll over. Sterling needs to roll over. But it's not really happening yet. So we'll have to see. Again, this dollar index to me looks like I might want to pop more. But I see big resistance at the 79.10 level. And the S&P closing over 1,400. I don't know how you fight that. Even though, yes, we drilled at the close. I thought we would rally. But I don't know how you fight that. It's very bullish. So dollar yen, I think we should have a nice pop tonight. I could see dollar yen getting to 81. And remember, people, follow me on Twitter. Follow me on YouTube. Voice of Forex. I can see it pop up to 81 dollar yen, so let me get through 80.50 to the moon. Info at globalfxllc.com. Andrew Spanton. Another crazy freaking day. Unbelievable. The only voice you'll ever need. I get it. Not all the time. Who truly loves to make you money. Have a good night.